Hey everyone, today I'm going to tell you a story and it has to do with, can you see that? I know it's on white paper, it might be hard to see, but it is a toilet. And I know that sounds crazy, but I have a story. Now, did you know that there was a potty joke in the Bible? It's in 1 Kings and it's the whole chapter of 18, the 18th chapter. I'm sure nobody has told you that, or maybe they didn't know. But there is a really great potty joke in the Bible, and most people never, ever notice it. It happened during a confrontation between the prophet Elijah and the prophets of Baal. Baal was a popular god in Israel during the reign of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel. God had had enough of people worshiping Baal, so he sent Elijah to challenge Baal and his followers. The challenge was simple. Each side would build an altar and make a sacrifice. They would call on their God to send them fire from heaven to burn up the sacrifice. Elijah was nice enough to let the prophets of Baal go first. They started early in the morning, worshiping and crying out for fire. For hours and hours they danced and called on their God, but Baal never answered. Elijah sat back and watched as the prophets danced and called on their God. And then Elijah did something you might expect to see at a sporting event today. He started to trash talk the prophets of Baal. "Shout louder," he said. "Maybe Baal's asleep and he can't hear you." Then Elijah said something else. The translation of Elijah's words is, "Maybe he has gone aside." Most Bible translations change these words to "maybe Baal has gone on a trip." But the original language, "gone aside," is a slang phrase and it does not mean gone on a trip. Elijah was saying, "Maybe Baal is on the toilet." Now those are fighting words, right? Of course, Baal wasn't on the toilet and he wasn't asleep. He wasn't there at all. And that's exactly the point that Elijah was trying to make. When Elijah's turn came, he built his altar, made a sacrifice, and had buckets and buckets of water poured over both. He said one prayer, and boom, fire fell down from the sky and devoured the sacrifice. It's a great reminder that our God is a real God. He listens and he answers our prayers. And God will not take a back seat to false gods that we make up on our own. So the next time you take a seat on your throne, take a moment to thank God for the reminder that he is still on his throne. And no, I'm not talking about a toilet. Okay, guys, that's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed the story. And I'll be back next week for another fun story. I'll see you then.